Hey guys, welcome back to ArxangelRC. Today I'm going to take a look at the RunCam Swift 2 camera. For the more impatient of you, links are in the video description below. I know there have been plenty of reviews of this one out there already, but this is actually the first time I'm using a proper FPV pilot camera for flying rather than getting the video out of a recording camera or using a micro camera with less than optimal image quality. Some of you may recall I've been using an earlier RunCam model on my XUAV Clouds, but I actually put that there only after I flew with this one on the Falcon 120 and was stunned by the difference a real high quality FPV camera can make on the flying experience. Up until this point I was getting video out of a Mobius or a number 16 keychain camera or a GoPro or the Firefly 6S or even the RunCam HD and RunCam 2 cameras. And even though that is convenient because it removes one additional component from the whole video system, I only just now realized the compromise I've been making all these years in terms of image quality on my monitor and DVR recordings by not using a quality pilot camera. I do remember that back in the day there were a few options that gave really good image quality, and those were over $100 each, and I was absolutely not willing to spend that much on a camera I knew I would break relatively soon. There were some good cheap ones, but it was more of a hit and miss thing rather than knowing for certain that this or that model would be good every time. Also, keep in mind that just a few years back those cameras were meant for CCTV security applications, hence price, weight, size and interference elimination were not an issue, and yes, back then those cameras were used for flying. Now though, damn! Things have really changed in the past few years, and largely because of the drone craze. I have to say the image quality of this RunCam Swift 2 is impressive, and that's putting it lightly. It has 600 TV lines, and although that doesn't sound like much, image quality is really impressive and certainly better than other cameras claiming to have 1200 TV lines. Mine is with a 2.5mm lens, which gives it a 130 degrees field of view, which is perfect for my applications, and it comes in a shielded case so it doesn't spill interference into neighboring electronics. And not to mention the insane input voltage range on this thing and the OSD function that also has a voltage readout. This is a killer feature for racing drones and a host of other applications. These are all things specifically designed for FPV use. That is something cameras just a few years ago did not have. And I haven't even touched the factory settings, and it's super sharp and colors are superb, and don't even get me started on the dynamic range. Outstanding performance in a $40 package, and it doesn't even weigh all that much and is pretty aerodynamic, so it can be used on high-speed models without introducing too much drag and thus lowering flight efficiency. I have a few other cameras laying around here and they are huge and flat, and I have serious problems putting these on a plane or even a copter purely because of their size and the drag they would create. That is partly the reason why I haven't used one of these until now. I did mount the Swift 2 on my Falcon 120 for testing, and the difference is stunning between the stock camera and the RunCam, and even more so between the DVR-03 and the RunCam. I even did some test flights with a very similar looking $18 camera that was not a RunCam, and despite the OSD menu and settings looking the same between the two, I hope you can clearly see the difference in the image quality I was getting, with the RunCams being miles ahead of the other camera. For me at least, all of this is amazing now, and I will absolutely get more of these for more of my models, especially the planes. For people like me that have a lot of models that are fully equipped at the same time, as opposed to moving gear from one model to another, having access to quality items at lower prices is paramount to what I do. If I remember correctly, RunCam were the first company to start making specifically FPV designed cameras. They and the other companies like them that came later are the main reason why we can now get this kind of quality for such a low price. This makes all of this more accessible to even more people, which increases demand and would only help to bring the prices even lower. So there you have it. This marks my official acceptance and start of use of these FPV pilot cameras. At last, I do understand why I need to go through the hassle of connecting two cameras on my larger models. The analog video out of a recording camera just doesn't even come close to what a dedicated pilot camera like the RunCam Swift 2 is capable of delivering. And I also understand why I would need such a camera on a racer drone. The added resolution and image quality will be the difference between seeing those thinner branches and speed and avoiding them, and not seeing them until you're all tangled up in them. And so with this, I now conclude this review. If you're still debating whether to go with this camera, I'd say go for it. It is an amazing product. And just in case you need something even lighter, you can check out the Swift Mini and Swift Micro models as well. They are pretty much the same in terms of image quality and features, only in smaller sizes. And if you would like to support this channel, please consider buying any of the products featured in this video via the links in the description below. This will be greatly appreciated. Also, if this video has been useful to you or you just like it for the heck of it, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to my channel and following me on Facebook for daily updates. Happy flying, and I will see you next time.